This is Hung Over Hand Right, and this is the UFC 309 preview show, which takes place at Madison Square Garden in New York City.
MSG, I hear they call it.
I think that's what the kids say.
Big Apple,
Big Apple.
where they have
rotten
shady
apple.
judges and shady refs.
This is the one New York pay-per-view a year that they always seem to have some sort of fuckery going on at.
Big day today.
Sandfagen.
Big
He's
day.
in the house again.
Got a birthday in the house.
It's my birthday.
Birthday boy.
We actually got a mariachi band. Come on out, guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's such a
For
big,
his 39th birthday.
such a big deal that
Random.
Chad decided not to show up for it.
Yeah. Posters, it's not too bad. You got the
boring as
city.
shit.
You got the skyline in the background. It's kind of boring.
Gets a 6.5 out of me.
Yeah, they putting all the accolades on there, which is whatever.
This is what they do for the pay-per-views. They make a super lame poster. The Bilal Leon poster was super lame. I think they just put all their resources into
Everything else.
other things.
Right.
And
I imagine the person who makes these posters probably does a lot of other shit.
I can't imagine having to make a poster for every UFC event when they literally take 4 weeks off a year. And you got to make a poster for every event.
Yeah.
If you're just the poster guy, though.
I know, but
I doubt
you got to come up with something kind of unique every time.
I doubt it's just a poster guy. I really do.
Well, he took the day off on this one.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll go 6.5 just because I like the
I'm going
the
4.
the city in the background.
But the card as a whole, pretty fucking badass. I mean,
yeah.
It's 5-fight main card. We actually got 2 low-key bangers on this one. But prelims, I mean,
We could have done a bunch of low-key bangers.
We could have. Started at the bottom. Veronica Hardy, big fan of her.
Yeah, shout out.
Dan.
Shout out to Dan. I mean, Mickey Gall fighting again.
I feel like it's been a while, huh?
Yeah.
7 and 6.
Well, his last one was Basil Hafez, and we all thought he was going to get killed.
And then he beat his
And
ass.
he won, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or was it? Did he win?
Yeah.
I think he lost.
Did he?
Wait, Mickey lost that?
But it was way more
was a really
I
good
competitive.
think
fight.
he did lose.
It was a really good fight,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, he lost at UD, but it was way more competitive than anyone thought because Hafez had a pretty back and forth fight with Jack Della. before that. David Onama, Lucas Almeida. That's pretty fun.
That's a good one.
Onama's he's just chaos also. Like we
Mhm.
talked off air about somebody that we're going to talk about later being complete chaos. That's kind of how Onama is too.
I like watching him fight.
He just bangs it out.
Yeah.
Jim Miller, Damon Jackson.
What a fight there.
Jeez.
Jim should.
Look at the guy's
should
records,
handle
though,
that.
man.
37-18 versus 23-7-1.
God, Damon's been around for a while now. And he's got hair. Got a full head of hair now, I think.
I know. I think he went down to Peru or something, and
Wherever Cowboy went.
I think he literally did. He got some surgery.
Looks good. Looks good on him.
We got 2 low-key bangers right here we're going to talk about in a minute. Mauricio Ruffy, me and Dylan just watched his last fight earlier.
Ruffy's dangerous.
He's Conor McGregor-esque.
Yes.
Dude, everything he throws looks like prime Conor. It's so weird. If he was left-handed, dude, could you imagine?
Yeah.
Super weird.
And he's got James Lontop coming in short notice. It's supposed to be Charlie Campbell. Charlie Campbell
He dodged a bullet.
pulled out. Also, we're supposed to have Carlos Pratis and Randy Brown on this
That
card.
would have been really fucking fun.
That's got to be the first time that Pratis has fought somebody that's taller than him.
Right.
I mean,
Because Randy Brown's what? He's a skyscraper at that
he's
division.
6'3",
Who pulled
6'4".
out of that one?
Yeah, I don't know. It just says canceled. I wonder if... I don't know, actually. Well, Pratis, he's fighting Neil Magny now, isn't he?
Yeah.
In the main event, so maybe they just wanted a main event on a different card. But,
Right.
all right, you guys ready for the first low-key banger?
Yeah.
First up, Jonathon Martinez versus Marcus McGhee. Jonathon Dragon Martinez, 19-5, coming off a loss to Jose Aldo.
Like a dragon.
A bit more brown sugar in mine.
That was when we said Aldo might be
Back.
coming back.
Yeah, which the fight after that, he didn't have a great opportunity to
Right.
show it, I guess. But
Still look good, though.
get off the fucking fence, you know?
Yeah.
Fighting out of Texas. He was a, what's that gym? Colorado. Factory X.
Yeah.
But they had some big falling out there with a bunch of their guys. So I don't know if he's... So it's different breed MMA. I don't know what that is, but 30 years old, 5 feet 8 inches tall. Marcus the Maniac McGhee, 9-1, coming off of more than 5 wins in a row. Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, 34 years old, 5 feet 8 inches tall. Marcus McGhee is I mean, we talked about this earlier. He's kind of like Hyder Emil. He's 9-1 and 34 years old.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, though. Like, if you can make it, I mean, you're in the UFC. You're on 309. You're on a big card. You're only 9-1, but you have half the damages. A lot of these guys.
It's true.
Yeah,
that's the only upside. You obviously give up experience, but you don't have the same wear and tear.
Also at bantamweight, though, that makes it tougher because he's got to go now.
What is he in the UFC?
3-0.
3-0.
And I mean, Martinez clearly has fought the better competition.
10-4 in the UFC, and he's only 30.
Yeah,
that's fucking.
And
I didn't realize that until I checked his shit out.
He's fought, like we said, Aldo, Adrian Yanez, Said Nurmagomedov, Cub Swanson,
Vince Morales,
Ever
David
heard of
Grant,
him?
Thomas Almeida.
He's fought the better guys, but
100%.
Marcus McGhee, I mean, has really just outclassed the 3 guys he's fought in the UFC. And for a 35er, he fucking cracks.
Yeah.
And he's big and strong. Martinez he spams kicks all day. That's like his thing.
I like it.
I do too.
Martinez has a lot more decision fights rather than stoppages.
But I mean, like we said, better guys he's fought. But
stopped Adrian with leg kicks.
I mean, Aldo figured it out. I mean, he checked the low kicks and put hands.
You're
on
not
him.
going to win a leg kick game with Aldo.
No, I mean, but he didn't. He barely even threw his own leg kicks.
Right.
But he just was throwing hands off.
I want
a little more privy to.
I want to see Aldo and Justin Gaethje fight just leg kicks only. Last one standing.
There's basically a power slap league with leg kicks.
Is there really?
Yes.
Of course there actually is. In Russia?
I don't know. I don't know if it was just like some one-off event they did or something like that, but there was guys literally taking turns doing leg kicks. Not calf kicks, like a traditional above the knee.
Like you have to take them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, I'm thinking like only can throw kicks, but you can like check kicks.
No, it's like power slap. Like you let the guy kick you, and then you kick him.
That's stupid.
It was gnarly.
If I'm a competitor, I'd probably rather do that than get slapped.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, kick my leg. It's going to suck and hurt more probably because if you get slapped, you're just going to get knocked out and not really feel much.
But you're not going to go on to like murder your family after, you're not going to be CTE'd out in the same way.
Chris Benoit, somebody.
Like fucking, what's his name? Bagel or whatever, the Russian guy. Brisket or something.
Power slap guy?
Yeah, like the big
Hawaiian
versus...
I can't think of it.
He's the main guy.
Dumpling?
Dumpling, yes. What'd you call him?
Bagel and brisket.
Brisket.
Holy hell. Anyways.
So so one interesting thing, like Marcus McGhee, he's listed as orthodox on UFC stats, but against Gaston Bolanos, who's also like a pretty high level striker, he fought the whole time.
There, dude.
Yeah, it was. But he fought the whole fight southpaw, basically. I mean, he's kind of switched a little bit, but I kind of think he likes open stance. He fought a southpaw, or fought an orthodox guy, southpaw. Now he's fighting a southpaw. So I kind of think he might
go back to orthodox,
stay orthodox a lot. But McGhee kind of does a little bit of like Dominic Cruz type stuff.
It's weird,
he's not near like as bouncy, but he kind of does like a lot of footwork and kind of angles and different stuff.
Big giant inhales of oxygen.
Not quite like that, but when he sits down, like he was, like I said, he was southpaw, and I think he's right-handed. So when he sat down on that right hook, lead hook, I mean, he cracked Bolanos a lot with that. It's just going to be a matter of can Martinez, I think, spam enough kicks to get McGhee to stop throwing as much as he normally does. And also defend takedowns.
Yeah, that would definitely be... God, I don't know. This one's tough. What are the votes on this?
Well, let's go odds
first. Sorry.
McGhee is going to be the more physical grappler for sure, and I think that might be the path for him here. But minus 125 McGhee, plus 105 Martinez.
Yeah,
it opened basically a pick him.
Yeah.
The votes disagree with that.
They do? Wow. 724 votes, 61% Martinez, 83% decision.
This was one of the ones that I couldn't decide who to pick, and now I still can't.
I'm liking the Martinez by decision.
That's kind of where I'm at personally.
I can see this being a scrappy little fight here.
But if McGhee decides to maybe wrestle a little bit,
see, that's what to me, McGhee has
I don't know if he will, though.
More paths to victory. I think.
Right.
Martinez, his path to victory is stay on the feet and just kick him a ton.
His path to victory is a decision when McGhee can knock him out.
McGhee can crack, and I think he could also wrestle.
Right.
If he gets past Martinez, dude, that's
big.
That's big.
And this is what's tough about these types of fights is you got Martinez who just fought Jose Aldo and all the guys we mentioned earlier and lost and didn't look great versus the guy that's fought kind of like the bottom end of the UFC
but
and
looked
dominated
really
him.
McGee's how old? He's 34.
34, yeah.
Okay,
Martinez 30.
That's not too.
How many times has Martinez been finished?
Past it. Once. One knock, one TKO loss, one DQ loss.
0 subs.
He got overhanded by dude, but Davey's dangerous though.
He is. He's super unorthodox too, but
like
an overhand from Davey fucking Grant.
See, Martinez had a run here, a 7-fight run where he went 4-3 in the UFC and lost to Davey Grant, Andre Ewell, and Andre Sukumtot, soccer mom, as Sean once called him.
Does McGhee set him down?
I think so.
That's kind of. I think I'm swaying back that way.
McGhee cracks.
Give me McGhee.
TKO?
Give me 3rd round TKO.
Side note: 8 out of McGee's 9 wins are knockouts. So,
okay.
Yeah. You know what? I'll take McGhee too.
He's got to find him though. Martinez lights that leg up early, man. It could change.
I'm gonna give him.
Things.
I'm gonna give him early 2nd round.
He looks 45 years old.
Yeah, he looks homeless.
Kind of scary there.
He looks like Predator or something.
Yeah,
like from the movie, mixed with
from real life.
Like not just the dreads, like his actual face.
Yeah, like his face. But what's the guy?
He's kind of got some Vanderlei Silva.
Yeah.
A little bit of Big Nog, maybe.
Big Nog and Predator and Silva. Vanderlei
had a baby.
Had a 35
and it
baby.
came out of Chris Cyborg.
I'm taking McGhee just via more well-rounded, can do more. He might knock him out.
I like the more tools. Yeah.
I think he might touch him.
But man, I could see this Martinez decision.
Yeah, this one's.
This is a tough one.
I'm going McGhee.
Plant your flags, pussies.
So you got 3rd round. I got 2nd round. What do you got?
I'm going to Sige.
That might be the one. So you think it's just going to be a matter of wrestling?
I mean, I think he'll probably hurt him on the feet at some point.
Club and sub, but Martinez never been sub though.
That's pretty wild.
No, I mean, I think he'll hurt him, but I think Martinez will probably survive a decision. But anything else on that one?
Nah.
Next up, this is probably the one I'm most excited about on this card.
Yeah, this would be a good one.
Nikita Krylov versus Azamat Murzakanov.
Azamat,
yeah, not Azamat.
And my homie Azamat parked our sled outside.
Nikita the Minor Krylov.
Gotta love that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. 30-9, coming off 3 wins in a row, but I mean, 2 years and 3 months ago, 2 years ago, a year and 7 months ago.
Good Lord.
Fighting out of Ukraine, 32 years old, 6 feet 3 inches tall.
Yeah, you saw that was Gustafsson up there.
Yeah.
He got him out of there early, too. It was in the 1st round.
Everybody can fuck off.
Azamat, the professional, Murzakanov, 2 really pretty lame nicknames on these
The Minor's kind of cool.
I guess.
I kind of like the Minor.
14-0, coming off 14 wins in a row.
That's a good point. Really put some emphasis on the E.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a joke to that.
Minor with an E.
From Russia,
fighting a minor?
Fighting out in New Jersey. 35 years old, 5 feet 10 inches tall, 5'10" versus 6'3".
That's pretty wild. I feel like Murzakanov is probably used to being the shorter guy.
Yeah.
And he doesn't...
Just like Daniel Cormier.
He doesn't seem shorter in there because he's really good with the range himself. Yeah. Like, he's a southpaw.
What's his reach? 71.5.
Holy shit. 6 inches.
But
again, though, I feel like
these guys with 6 inches of reach rarely ever fucking use it, though. Like, what was that fight last week where, like, dude, he's got 6 inches on him. He's not even doing anything.
Yeah, I forget who that was.
That's the thing about Krylov. He's going to go in there and bang it out and get in the pocket.
I don't want to bang it out with him, though, man.
An undefeated Russian? Yeah, I know who I'm picking.
10 knockouts.
Krylov is a fucking deep waters guy, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he drags you to hell and
burns you.
Is willing to get hit on the feet in order to get you down and just make you work.
Good Lord, 12 knockouts, 16 submissions.
Literally
11-7 in
28
the UFC
of his 30.
Not so hot, though.
Huh?
11-7 in the UFC is not so hot.
I think if you have longevity in the UFC, you're doing something right, whether you win a lot or lose a lot.
And he's been in the rankings. Like we mentioned how he hasn't fought in a year and however many months.
7 months.
And he's been ranked this whole time.
That's weird.
I don't give a rankings are bullshit. Don't care.
I mean, you're in them for a reason.
I just think, like you said, he's going to get into a firefight and he's going to be on the losing end of it.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, Krylov is kill or be killed, like as kill or be killed as they get. 28 of his 30 wins are finishes. 7 of his 9 losses are finishes.
Dude has 16 subs.
Only 1 knockout loss, though.
And like, how are you the most of your wins are submissions and the most of your losses are submissions?
I know, that's weird.
It's crazy. But,
16 subs is a lot, though.
Yeah, and he's like, they always preach position over submission. He's the opposite. It's like attack submissions, fuck position.
Right.
But Krylov, the thing I'm worried about here for Murzakanov, I think he's much sharper on the feet, rips the body really good, hits pretty hard.
He's going to invest in
gas tank.
You worried about his gas tank?
I think no question in my mind that Murzakanov is going to win the first round, maybe even the second. But it's like,
he's going to fade.
Can Krylov drag him down, make him get up enough to get him tired?
But what if he invests in that body for the first 2 rounds against Krylov? Then
which he will.
Give me some odds on this bad boy.
Minus 205 Krylov.
What?
I don't know about
that's too wide.
Bro.
Plus 175 Murzakanov.
Murzakonov's 15-0.
Yeah, 14-0, I think.
14-0. And I don't understand these sometimes.
And but he comes from he's kickboxer.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's who's running the fucking UFC
I know, but
right now.
Krylov can take advantage of that and, like John said, drag him down.
But I mean, Krylov's he's not allergic to getting cracked himself. Like Volkan Ozdemir dropped him twice in the first round.
The thing about these kickboxing specialists, though, they're amazing at anti-wrestling and also really amazing at getting up.
Sometimes.
I mean, all the good ones are.
Sometimes.
Izzy, Alex, all these kind of guys.
We just never, I mean, with Alex, we've never, he's had to get up like one time.
I think he's been taken down once by Izzy, and that's all.
Well, there you go.
Which makes no sense to me.
His anti-wrestling is really good, and nobody wants to.
He just convinces these guys to not take him down.
Yeah.
83% takedown D by Murzakanov.
Only 53% by Krylov.
And I mean, he's fought guys like Devin Clark who...
Dude, Krylov shoots almost 2.5 a fight.
Yeah.
But 83%,
which is probably why he's been sub 6 times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Desperation shot.
He's like he's kill or be killed. Like either he's gonna finish you or you're gonna finish him.
I wonder, do we know what those subs are? Those sub losses are? Are they fucking bunch of guillotines and RNCs?
His losses.
Yeah.
Triangle by Paul Craig.
Well, of course. Standard. Of course.
Like the best guy he's fought in the UFC, he went to decision with Nickal.
Dude, took Glover to a fucking split.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. But then, I mean, arm triangle against Jan.
2019.
Well, that's going to happen.
I'm just saying that the 2 guys at Glover and Nickal are probably the 2 best guys he's lost to, and he's went to decision with them.
Right. But, yeah.
Guillotine, Misha Serkinov, guillotine loss in the first round.
So he just got caught with that
Beat
one.
Ed Herman.
Vaughn flew by OSP. That's you'll have that in 2014.
In 2014, yeah.
I mean, side note, this would probably surprise most people. He's been in the UFC since 2013.
That's wild.
Yeah. So OSP's Vaughn flew against him was like, that was on his way to get that title shot against Jones. Like 2 years later. I mean, I think he fought Jones in 2016 or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of Nickal, Murzakanov reminds me of him a lot. Like, not gonna have to throw a ton of volume, but makes it count. Like when he touches you, he's very accurate.
Give me my homie Azamat by fucking knockout, baby.
All right. 749 votes, 58% Murzakanov, 71% KO/TKO.
There we are.
That's what I got all day.
I do like both of these guys, though.
Yes.
No, fuck Krylov. He's an idiot.
I feel like there's probably never been, or at least we'll say modern era, when the UFC's been like actually like a big thing. There's probably never been like a number 8 ranked guy that people know less about.
100%.
Or remember anything about.
Yeah.
Been in the UFC for 11 years.
There's a lot of Russians.
We should do a top 10 fighter list of last names ending in Ov.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, you mean top 40?
No, you got to narrow it down.
Khabib Nurmagomedov, Umar Nurmagomedov.
Yeah. Magomedov.
Shara Magomedov.
Magomedov.
Gotta place him, dude.
I mean, I'm down.
I mean, it's going to be Islam.
A lot to pick from.
Islam or Khabib.
That's not Ov. It's Ev.
Makhachev,
yeah. He said, sorry, you're off the
Doesn't
list.
count.
Well, he's definitely number one in the Evs.
We could do Ovs and then Evs.
What if it was Ovs versus Evs?
You should do a UFC 5 tournament of Ovs versus Evs.
How many Ov versus Ovs have there been in the UFC? I feel like you don't see that a lot.
How would you find that stat?
Are you sure? We've probably seen that more than we think.
You'd have to do some digging.
You also don't see a lot of Russia versus Ukraine, so that's kind of wild.
They probably didn't actually do this on purpose, but it's just odd that this is what
they should.
Two countries
they have done this though before. We have seen
Russia versus Ukraine.
Yeah, like in the last year.
They should decide.
They probably didn't do that on purpose. I wouldn't.
Well,
think.
no.
They should decide the war with this fight.
Yeah, whoever wins this,
and then
Putin's gonna be happy.
The other side surrenders after this fight.
Zelensky's gonna be like, well, "This is number one bullshit."
I'm taking Krylov via deep water.
Okay.
Nah.
Murzakanov gets tired. He's gonna drag him to the depths of hell and fucking
5,000.
It's a very liberal pick of you, John.
Cents.
5,000 cents?
Yeah, what's that?
I don't know. What is that? $5?
Yeah, $5.
Okay.
I don't think that's $5.
Chad,
but
yeah, 5,000 cents is.
Put it down. 100 cents is $1.
We'll get back. We'll get back to you on this.
$50.
We don't do math here.
$500.
Anything else on this one?
Russian. Russia's gonna win.
Mother Russia.
Go Ukraine. God, since we've settled this shit, this video is gonna get less views. Than
it's gonna get negative.
Going to. All right, next up.
Seth's favorite fighter.
Two of the most exciting guys on the planet.
I'm gonna go pee. You guys can handle this. Eryk Anders is gonna poke his eyes out and win.
Chris Weidman versus Eryk Anders. Chris, the All-American Weidman, 16-7, coming off of a win over Bruno Silva. He TKO'd him.
TKO'd him.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
He technically poked his eyes out to victory.
Kicked him in the balls too, didn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I fucking hate Chris Weidman.
Fighting out of New York, South Carolina, New York, same thing.
He's 40 years old. Get him out.
6 feet 2 inches tall. Eryk, your boy Anders, 16-8, coming off of a great win over Jamie Pickett.
Decision.
Fighting out of Alabama, 37 years old, 6 feet 1 inch tall. Do you guys know he played football?
Yeah, cool. Backer, baby. Middle backer.
I just hope that I want him to probably actually kill Chris Weidman in there.
He's not capable of killing anybody.
I hope he brings just don't see a path to victory for the All-American.
He's looked like shit since he came back.
The weird thing is, ever since he broke his leg, especially against Bruno Silva, he kicks nonstop now.
Yeah.
He doesn't even punch hardly.
Well, no. Dude, that's just part of his fucking personality. That's the kind of guy he is. Just douche.
This isn't going to matter against Eryk Anders because Eryk Anders is kind of the same way, but Weidman's slow now. He's very slow.
Didn't we watch Anders in Phoenix?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If the Anders that showed up against Powerbar,
he looked good.
He looked pretty good.
Yeah.
He was getting touched up. They were both kind of touching each other up. But if that one shows up, I think he's going to roll right through Weidman.
Weidman is very
love to hear that.
Back-upable, put his back against the fence, and beat him up.
He's tough, though, man.
He is
Weidman is tough.
And really, one thing I feel like I've noticed when I watch his shit back is when he's in orthodox and he tries to shoot, that rear leg won't go. There's no explosion,
no drive
forward.
Yeah,
he gets to the hips and that leg just won't push anymore.
He's too broke down to wrestle like he used to.
Yeah, he still tries a lot, but
his dad's in his ear yelling at him.
He couldn't take Bruno Silva down.
Without seeing odds or votes or anything, I'm going Eryk via probably the most boring fight on the card, decision.
Yeah,
Eryk loves holding you against the fence.
Yes,
he loves rocking like a little baby,
and he will be the more physical guy, stronger guy in there. I think.
Yep,
I agree.
I think is this open stance? Yeah. Anders southpaw.
I hope he snaps.
I don't know if that's going to matter really, but
no.
Odds -190 Eryk Anders.
It's about right.
+165 Weidman. Hadn't moved much. Yeah,
I want to see Weidman in a stretcher out of there.
Weidman, I mean, he's going to try his ass off in there still.
That's another thing about him, dude. He wants to be in there, and he fucking tries his ass off, even if it means poking you in the eye a lot.
5 times.
Like you said, I think physicality will be a factor here. And I think pretty much everybody in the UFC is faster than Eryk Anders except for Chris Weidman.
Right. Here's what I hate about this fight. It's in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, there is that too.
It's in New York, which is already, we're going to see probably some fucking stupid shit happen, which has happened in the last two weeks, by the way. We've seen some fucked up decisions, some just absolute fuckery in there. It's not going to be any different in New York, and it's going to favor Chris Weidman.
And he's still my boy.
He got 0 points taken away from all of those eye pokes and that dick.
Is this a retirement fight, you think?
Please, God.
Because what they've been doing lately is they haven't really been telling the fans, but they make a video and shit.
I hope he retires, doesn't get an interview, doesn't get any special video made for him, and then just go away.
Eryk Ander's decision for everybody?
Yeah.
It's, like you said. I think he's just going to...
TKO. He's putting him out.
I think he's just going to bully him up against the fence, clinch, throw some, knees to the legs, body.
Yeah.
I doubt he gets Weidman down. But
that's the thing. Other thing, I kind of think he might be able to.
Weidman built his career off of a lucky fucking punch, bro. So we'll just leave it right there because he was losing that fight.
He purposely snapped Anderson's leg. Okay.
I'm talking about the knockout, fool.
I know, but I hate this fight.
Yeah, it sucks.
Anything else on that last one?
No.
We got a redhead versus Scotsman. It's like, what do I do? Torn.
No, you're not.
Next
I'm
up,
not. Let's go, Craig.
Bo Nickal versus Paul Craig. Bo Nickal, no nickname. Come on, man.
Oh, no.
6-0.
No.
Fighting out of Pennsylvania. 28 years old, 6 feet 1 inch
Huge
tall.
Underdog is what it says.
That's not the official odds, but
that's dog shit, bro.
Paul Bear Jew Craig, 17-8-1, coming off 2 losses in a row against guys you never heard of, Araujo and Brendan Allen.
Yeah.
Fighting out of Scotland, 36 years old.
Did you say the Bear Jew?
3 inch tall, yeah.
The motherfucking Bear Jew.
Here's the thing. Bo Nickal's going to stand up in this whole fight.
That was going to be my question. Is he going to try to strike?
This would be a perfect fight to really test your striking ability.
100%. He's not going to shoot in the first round, I guarantee it.
Although Paul Craig does throw, he's got some pretty heavy kicks, I will say.
He does some spinny shits.
He's not bad. He's not terrible on the feet. But
I think he throws good strikes, but he's got kind of poor IQ on his striking.
If you're Bo going in this fight, sure you can take Paul down, but you will always, I don't care what anyone says about Paul Craig, you have to worry about the guy when you put him on his back.
Yeah.
He can sub anyone in the world.
He choked out Uncle Ive, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
He chucked out
and
Jamal Hill.
Everybody.
He broke Jamal Hill's arm. We saw it.
But if you're Bo, I think it'd be smart for him to stay on the feet, really test out your boxing and see what you've been training for.
This is the guy to showcase your shit.
Right.
I mean, Paul Craig against Araujo, he didn't believe in his striking at all that night. I mean, he didn't. He looked like a deer in headlights. I kind of feel like he's going to think he can strike with Bo. Yeah, he might be right.
He might be, but
I think their striking is pretty similar. To be honest, as far as
I think Paul will be. Whether or not he's better at striking than Bo or not, he's going to feel more comfortable on the feet just because Bo doesn't like he did knock out the Val guy, whatever.
Yeah,
but he doesn't have a threat like fucking Araujo or all these other guys he's fought. Johnny Walker, you know.
Yeah.
I think Paul Craig has more tools to win this fight than Bo Nickal does. It's just Bo is such a specialist.
Right. He's just very good at his thing.
Insanely good at it. But the scariest thing for a guy like that is a Paul Craig.
Right.
Who can wrap you up with any of his limbs at any time.
Is he gonna want to let his strikes go more because Bo is a less good striker than the guys he's fought?
Probably.
Or is the wrestling threat going to make him just as tentative and just as hesitant?
I don't think Paul will care to get taken down.
Not at all. I think he's going to welcome it.
And there's another thing about Bo. His wrestling is phenomenal. His top pressure is phenomenal. He's not a guy that will beat you up and finish you on top with some crazy heavy knockout shots on top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
As a giant Paul Craig fan, I believe his game plan is going to go in there, try to win on the feet in the first round, not care about getting taken down the entire fight, and then just being ready for when that does happen. I think he wants to go in there, beat him on the feet, get him flustered to where he's going to have to start taking shots. And they're going to be damn good shots, and they'll be successful shots, but it's like, what's Paul going to do as he's getting taken down, you know?
I think this is going to be super boring. And And I don't think Paul's going to touch him up on the feet either.
Probably not. I think Paul will invite the takedown and fight from there.
Yeah. I think in this in the later rounds, I think it's going to be fully stand up.
Those are the odds. Those are the odds. That is fucking insane.
Minus 1,000.
I just don't agree.
How in the fuck, dude?
It opened 2,000.
Paul wasn't that big of a dog against fucking Brendan Allen.
No,
like not even close. What are we doing here?
Paul's last fights, he has been. Let's see, where's it at?
That is fucked up.
What was he against Jamal Hill?
There's a plus 380 against Brendan Allen.
Plus 425 against Baralho, plus 380 Brendan Allen, plus 200 against Muniz, plus 167 Johnny Walker.
Good Lord, can we get a favorable matchup, UFC?
Yeah,
He's been a dog in his past 12 fights.
He's minus 175 against Shogun.
Yeah, fucking 80-year-old Shogun.
God.
And he won.
Where's it? Did I miss the...
No, you just passed the Magomed. Go down.
This is what I was talking about. Plus 220 against Jamal Hill.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, but I want to see what Jamal Hill's odds
Plus 500 against Ankalaev, and he won.
See.
That's
in the last second of the fight.
I just said Jamal Hill.
No, I'm talking about I want to see what their odds were.
Minus 240.
Minus 2, okay.
For Jamal.
A minus 1,000 is unfucking believable, and it opened a minus 2,000.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I hope the fucking MMA gods that the Bear Jew pulls a submission out of his ass.
Scottish
and these people think he's just going to go in there and knock out Paul Craig.
He's probably going to like jump Gilly or jump triangle first shot.
And he might fucking get it, is the thing, dude. Paul is great off his back.
He's slick as fuck.
I think they're going to strike.
Yeah, I think they're going to strike probably the first 2 rounds. And then if Bo is not definitively like feeling really good up there, then he's going to shoot, and then we're going to see what happens.
I'm going Paul Craig.
I'm going Paul Craig sub. Let's go, baby.
840 votes, 87% Bo Nickal, 65%
All
KO.
those knockout votes are the people that watch Bo knock out Val
casuals.
Fuckface from LFA.
These guys are casuals.
And that's it. That's all it is.
They probably don't know who Paul Craig is.
I mean, if you go to Paul's Tapology, you're gonna be like, ugh.
Bo Nickal didn't punch a fly against Cody Brundage.
No,
at all.
I will say this though, Paul knows how to lose.
He does.
And that fucking sucks.
He does.
Yeah.
And I like Bo Nickal, man. I'm a Bo Nickal fan, and I believe in the guy. But I also kind of think it might be good to get humbled and to take one L in the UFC against a guy like this, and then from then on skyrocket.
If Paul Craig can triangle choke fucking Magomed Ankalaev, he can triangle choke Bo Nickal.
Anybody. I think he can choke anybody.
That was 100 years ago.
I don't give a fuck. That's still crazy.
Paul has 37% takedown D.
That's fantastic.
Which obviously he's not defending for his life
0%.
Every fight. Like he's like, take me down.
0% out of Bo.
Yeah,
who's gonna shoot on Bo Nickal?
It is 2 fights.
I don't think we'll ever see anybody shoot on Bo Nickal unless they're just already halfway knocked out.
I mean, it'd be hilarious if someone took him down.
This fight makes me sad. Get me out.
I'm going Bo. Probably
say decision.
Decision, like a lot of striking.
Yeah, Bo's not gonna knock him out.
If he does, then I'm not watching the UFC ever again.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real
mad. Knocks him out.
Yes, who wants to see that,
dude? If that shit happens, if that shit happens after what happened last week with fucking Bobby and Max, like that was the worst card I've seen in a long time.
Who wants to see the boring wrestler knock somebody out? Yuck!
It's gross. No, go knock someone else out. Don't knock out Paul Craig. Leave him alone.
Yeah, he's at the end of his career.
Knock out Val Woodburn, but not Paul Craig.
Yes, get choked out by Paul. That's what you do.
All right, let's get through this one quick.
This is a good. Karine Silva is nasty. Karine Silva versus Viviane Araujo. Killer Karine Silva, 18-4, coming off of more than 5 wins in a row. Fighting out of Brazil, 30 years old, 5 feet 5 inches tall.
Can I get one of those?
This?
I'll give you a big wave.
Vivi Araujo, 12-6, coming off a loss to Natalia Silva. Fighting out of Brazil, 37 years old.
Love Natalia
5
Silva.
feet 4
Shout out.
inches tall. I've said this before, I think on probably our Rising Star video, that I think the 2 chicks that are going to be running this division in a few years is going to be Natalia Silva and Karine Silva, and I don't know who's going to win in that fight.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I'd watch the shit out of that.
Karine, I mean, Seth, you talk about how girls never finish each other, but 18 wins, only 1 decision win.
Love that. That makes me horny.
I'm sure somebody out there is going to be like, oh, she's from Brazil. She fought shitty guys, girls. Maybe guys. But She's 4-0 in the UFC with 3 submissions in the first round.
Yeah, I love that. That's fucking great.
And they're all 3 different.
Good. Well, guess what? Those girls that are like that, I'm a huge fan of all of them.
Yeah.
A Darce and a knee bar.
She fucked that girl's knee up bad.
Pretty sick.
And she can strike too. I mean, she reminds me of Amanda Nunes on the feet. Long ass arms.
With a lot of pop.
Big hooks. Just like can really sit down on punches. And she's a great grappler.
Ariane Lipski wins. That's a good
Here's the thing.
Right,
I tried to watch that. I couldn't find it on Fight Pass or ESPN Plus.
That's odd.
It's gotta be on YouTube.
It probably mirrored and zoomed in or some shit.
It might be reversed.
I hate that when they zoom them in.
They don't really do that anymore, though, because all you really have to do is reverse the fight now.
Yeah. I just don't know why it wasn't on Fight Pass or ESPN Plus. But anyways.
Play it in reverse.
Well, neither are any of Brennan Schaub's fights. So.
They're not?
I don't think so. They haven't been for years.
Just his knockout losses. I could see Dana doing that.
Dana pretty much wiped him clean from the entire UFC. They didn't even give him a fight kit or anything. Like,
that's weird.
All that shit.
That's incredible.
Viviane Araujo is the ultimate gatekeeper in this weight class.
Yeah. Right now. Dude, her losses, though, Grasso, Amanda Ribas, and Natalia Silva, like, that's not...
And Chikagian.
Hey,
okay.
But that's like...
Furthermore.
I like Caitlin.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, all the younger girls that are like, we think this girl's good, you go beat Araujo, and you are good.
Yeah.
You know? And what we're doing here again.
Right.
I don't really know. I mean, Araujo's just kind of there. Like, she's slow, can kind of wrestle a little bit, can kind of strike a little bit.
How old is she now?
37. I think this is pretty.
She needs to go on a run then, huh?
I thought that would be a lot wider. Minus 235 Silva, plus 200 Araujo. That's, I mean, I think
I like Silva a lot in this one.
The Bo Nickal needs to come down and the Silva needs to go up a little bit.
Yeah,
they need to meet in the middle.
Difference there. Mine, I can't get over that. Minus a fucking 1,000. That's fucking.
Yeah, go to Araujo's losses here.
I mean, they're all good, but
Amanda, Decije, Talia, Decije, Grasso, Decije.
I mean, she's tough.
Win all 3 rounds with all those chicks.
I believe
every one of her fucking fights are almost.
I'm not an expert on her, but I think she gets a little gassy. Like against Ribas, she gassed out a little bit in that one.
Ribas does not do that, though.
No. And she's just all fucking herky-jerky, throwing shit all the time.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All decisions.
Go down, go down, go down.
Overhand right. Win.
Jessica I.
Referee stoppage. 9.
Left eye injury win. And Pancrase.
Her first fight was a heel hook.
So
victory.
9 of her fights have been decision. So that's whack.
Level of competition goes up, player.
Whack as fuck. 6-5 in the UFC. Terrible.
I mean, this is obviously, like, you look at who Karine's fought. Lipski, she's good.
She's good.
Marina Moroz, Caitlin Souza, who Souza actually is kind of good now, but
Lipski's really the only one that holds any weight for me.
That's like different level of competition, obviously. But what we're talking about earlier with McGhee, and I feel like I'm a lot more confident in Silva being actually ready for these chicks.
Look at her fight against Giovanna Eduarda. Just says win. What the fuck? That's a decision, huh? Just says win.
Who knows? Cidade de Luta is the promotion.
Oh, you never heard of it?
Yeah, I watch them constantly.
Yeah.
Big fan. Number 2 promotion, in my opinion.
Votes are insane. 696 votes, 95% Silva, 84% decision.
What do you know?
That's where I fall.
Araujo, what did we say her losses?
I think Silva's going to finish her.
5 or 6 losses are decisions, but I kind of think Silva finishes her too. Probably sub.
I'll give
her a sub in the second round. Silva.
Like I said,
next
big step up. It's kind of a step up, I guess. Lipski's solid, but she decisioned Lipski, so I guess decision probably makes a lot of sense here.
If this isn't a decision, I'm going to be an even bigger fan of Silva, and that's what I'm hoping for.
Anything else here?
No.
All right, co-main before we get to this, is 5-round co-mains is that all time now?
I think
just for legend status.
Depending on like a fight like this, you got to be 5-rounder.
Yeah. Whitaker Kamzat was. I feel like there was one not that long ago. Yeah. That was also one. Like I mean,
I don't
should
think
they just change it to that?
You know who kind of started all that is fucking Nate Diaz.
Yeah, and Leon.
I don't think it's not a title fight. If it's a title eliminator, like for sure, like you say, whoever wins this is getting the next title shot. And make it 5. That's the only time you should. I think
one guy is going to have a problem with 5 rounds here, but we'll get to that. Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. Charles Dubronx Oliveira, 34-10. Coming off of a split decision loss to Arman Tsarukyan. Got backpacked a lot in that fight and really kind of
that was
laid on.
Very frustrating fight to watch.
I didn't mind it.
Fighting out of Brazil, 35 years old, 5 feet 10 inches tall. Iron Michael Chandler, 23-8. Coming off a loss to Dustin Poirier 2 years ago.
God.
Check him.
Oh.
Fighting out of Las Vegas. I think he's from Nashville, but 38 years old, 5 feet 8 inches tall.
He's from Missouri, but he lives in Nashville.
Yeah.
So,
2 years for Connor, and Connor is trolling him now for that.
Yeah.
It's your fault, Connor.
He posted
fault.
something on his story, like if someone made a video and he reposted it and saying like, basically laughing at him for waiting 2 years.
And now he's fighting somebody better.
Yeah,
by a lot.
Yeah.
Chandler literally like.
I don't think there's a whole lot to be said about this fight. Chucky Olives is going to go in there, hurt Michael on the feet, and then he's going to sub him.
It would be
Chandler dropped him in the first fight.
It would be classic Charles Oliveira fashion to get rocked first.
Chandler's scary in the first round. He can drop a lot of people. He's got power, but in Oliveira,
I think Chandler's going to do what he has done in the UFC every fight, and he's going to really blow his load, trying to kill him early.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to get put away.
I think he's going to get knocked out.
I think he's just going
to get... He got knocked out last time in this one.
Yeah.
Like he's going to get beat up more and more after each round. And by the end of the fight, his face is just going to be fucked up.
I mean, he got knocked out like 10 seconds in the second round last fight, and this is 5 rounds. And
are you talking about?
Chandler. When they fought the last time.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Chandler's last fight.
No, like when they fought. I mean, it was like maybe 30 seconds in the second round.
Chandler has had a lot of time to recover, though. That's the thing with these two guys. I don't think at their point in their career, both these guys, I don't think it really matters so much of how much time they've had off.
I was just thinking that for Chandler.
I think it does.
You think so?
Nah.
Yeah, dude. A 30. What do we say? 38.
I think Chandler's going to shake that rust off, no problem.
Yeah, Chandler's going to go in there and just do what Chandler does.
Yeah.
Charles fought on 300 in April, and really didn't take that much damage.
No,
but he was in there in April. I mean,
no, he's fresh. He's ready to go.
He's ready to go, and he's in the groove.
And Chandler's been through a hell of a lot more wars in his career than Charles has.
Give me some odds.
I guarantee it's going to be pretty wide. Minus 240 Oliveira, plus 205 Chandler.
I figured it'd be wider. Open minus
300. Wow, some dummies out there betting on Chandler.
Yeah. Nah, dude, Chucky's going to get it done. And honestly, though, if Chandler does get it done, I'll be happy for him. I'll be excited.
Yeah,
I think it'd be fun.
I don't really care who wins this, but I'm for sure picking Chucky Olives.
Yeah, I think the smart pick is definitely.
I just can't decide by what. 5-round fight, I feel like he gets him out of there within 5.
TKO.
Right.
Yeah, but to be honest, I do like Chandler more than Oliveira in general.
I just, dude, I kind of hope Chandler wins, honestly, just because of all the bullshit he's had.
The interview would be great. That's the only good thing in my eyes.
See, come on, you cannot sit there and say that Michael Chandler is not really fun to watch fight. He's a savage.
He is, but
he's crazy.
He's been in a lot of. I think Arman Tsarukyan said, like, man, it sucks you to wait this long for Connor because you could have lost 4 really exciting fights by now.
Yeah, well,
which that's fun fights are great, but if you lose them all,
I bet Michael Chandler go in there and beat Cowboy Cerrone.
Oh, I'm sure. One punch him.
Cowboy, don't come back. Just go do other shit.
Did I say the votes? 879 votes, 86% Oliveira, 71% submission.
I think it's going to be a sub.
Chandler's been submitted once.
By Dustin.
That's, his
You're
last fight.
Fucking goddamn and right.
I think Charles Oliveira by hands.
I think so, too.
I think he's going to hurt him for sure, and then he's going to sub him. Because Michael's tough, dude. It takes a lot to put him out.
I hope Oliveira gets his own knockdown out of the way early.
Like first punch of the fight.
First punch. Just get set down real quick. You're Chucky Olives, and then sit there with your little open guard, and then get back up and then go in. I think
the most exciting thing, hands down, that could happen in this fight is Chandler knocking him out in the first round. I don't think anything could be more crazy and exciting.
I wouldn't mind that.
I bet if you ask Clem, it'd be a lot more exciting if Oliveira knocks Chandler out in the first round.
Yes.
No, I think Clem would just want him to sub him like after a good war.
He's a big Chucky guy.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I am too. I love this guy now.
I like both these guys.
They're fine.
Chandler, I'm kind
They're
of
both
sick of
just fine.
Chandler.
I'm kind of sick of Chucky.
What, just being awesome and winning and being nice?
He started out not
and
being
now,
awesome.
Now
Is he too nice for you?
And now he's just like,
he's just kind of a geek.
he's a comeback kid nowadays, and he used to just quit. Now he just comes back after getting killed every fight.
I'm gonna have a baby.
I kind of want to walk by a hallway and
knock
just
people out
and knock his math books out of his hands.
Well, I hope he can run really fast because he's fucking your shit.
I bet he outruns me pretty quick, but I can run, and I will.
Try.
I bet Chucky Olive's got some wheels on.
I bet Chucky's too nice. Even if you knock the books out of his hands, he's probably just gonna look at you like, "What the fuck?" Dude?
Exactly.
He's not gonna
smile
do
with
anything
his
about it.
veneers and
And his blonde hair,
His horse teeth.
his glasses.
anything else there.
Nah.
All right.
Oh,
Here it
God.
is. Here we go.
Wait a minute of the evening.
OH! We've been talking about this goddamn fight for about 2.5 years.
For 45 years?
Yeah, well, feels like it. It feels like that in my heart and
For
soul.
Stipe's entire life, we've been talking about it.
Yeah.
John Bones Jones versus Stipe Miocic. John Bones Jones. I said his nickname twice. Don't usually do that.
Yeah.
27-1.
The fuck?
Coming off of 15 wins in a row. Matt Hamill kicked his ass, and then he just never lost after that.
Matt Hamill fucked him up, and then he hasn't lost since. He got humbled by Matt Hamill, the Hammer Hamill.
What do we have to say? He's the greatest fighter of all time.
Right,
He's going to
Hamill.
win next. I mean, what is there? What kind of a breakdown is there to even do?
Fighting out of Albuquerque, 37 years old, 6 feet 4 inches tall. Stipe Miocic,
Stipe.
20-4.
Stipe Miocic.
Hey, for all of our listeners at home, these assholes are all disrespectful towards poor Stipe.
3 years, 7 months ago was when Francis decapitated
I would say that's a perfect amount of time to heal up your brain, wouldn't you?
That's
Save
maybe
people
a
with some
little early.
fires. That's just a quick little break
I
for old
mean,
Stipe.
can
3
we-
years and a 42-year-old man who's actually 95.
Can we turn around any quicker, dude?
3 years ain't shit. I bet it was like this. I bet Stipe felt like he
He
just
doesn't even
fought.
remember it. He doesn't remember the 3 years.
Holy
You guys are
shit.
I love Stipe.
3
Fuck
over-
everybody.
Fighting out of Ohio, 42 years old, 6 feet 4 inches tall.
Unreal. There's just no way Stipe wins
Dude,
this fight. I don't know what he can even
See, but
do.
we can't say that though. We can't say that though.
We can.
We can say
He's got
that
a
if
puncher's
we can
chance.
say that if it was anybody else. I'm not going to say that there's no possible way Stipe does not win this fight.
Stipe,
I'm going to say, yeah, I would never bet on him,
remember how Stipe fought Francis and just wrestle fucked him the whole time in the first fight?
but he beat him.
And then the
But he beat him.
second fight, he shot a takedown and ended up on his back against Francis.
But he beat Francis.
Yeah.
He has
And then
built his
fought him
entire
again.
legacy, his entire career off of dethroning people who were supposed to beat him.
Beating old
Well,
Brazilians.
and then he fought him again and got absolutely wrecked.
What's his dick face, who I fucking hate, was not old at the time
Go
when he
to
knocked him
pull up
out.
Stipe's record. They're all old. The old Brazilian killer. Other than the Daniel Cormier fights, I'll give you that.
He was like, DC retired after that.
No, hold
DC
on.
was old too.
Hold on, go down. What's his dick? Yeah.
JDS over
Old.
Fabricio Verdum. It was
Verdum.
not,
Old.
what year was Verdum?
Alistair Overeem. punch
2016.
drunk, Old.
How old was he in 2016?
Probably 40.
He's
No.
47 now.
He's damn near 40.
So 39? 39? 39's not old for a heavyweight. Fuck you guys.
Arlovsky, Mark Hunt.
Arlovsky has been 50 for the past 10 years, so he was old.
Well,
Gabriel Gonzaga, old.
The youngest guy he's probably fought is Stephen Struve.
Yes. Big country, fat, old.
Shane Del Rosario, RIP.
Yeah, he beat a dead guy.
he lost to Stefan Struve?
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
that's so
he
that's
got
all,
TKO'd.
Got finished
so Struve's only real win ever is against Stipe.
against
huh?
your goat.
Here's the thing.
No,
There's like
Jones is the goat.
there's not an area in fighting or probably any sport on the planet that Stipe is better than John Jones at.
Mm-mm.
I mean, curling, I don't
Except
care
for
what
pulling
it
a
is.
W out of his ass. John Jones doesn't pull W's out of his ass. They're just definitive where he takes you to decision and arguably loses.
Oh.
Stipe pulls W's right out of his ass. He's got a horseshoe up there. And he's going to pull it out. Beat him over the head with it.
Also, Francis, dude, I know everyone's seen that fight, but watching it back is still
Get
just
DC
as
down
like
there.
fucking shocking as the first time because it's in the apex and it's completely silent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Stipe
And-
snaps his leg. I mean, he doesn't, but it looks like he
Dude,
does.
he gets killed so bad. I mean,
yes.
but the thing that dropped him initially, which I think actually is going to be a factor here, is Ngannou came forward through a 2, And Stipe obviously circling away from the power, circled to his right, and got hit with a jab. It was like a 2-1, which I didn't even know Francis knew how to throw that at that time. the one after the two. That's crazy. He dropped him with a jab, and I feel like Stipe is going to be circling. Jones is going to see that, and he's going to say, okay, Stipe is going to circle away from my right hand, and he's going to start stepping through his punches, going like overhand left from southpaw as he's circling, because he literally saw him get dropped by that pretty much same thing. I was watching
this old interview of John Jones, and he was like just talking about how much he like film studies these guys. Mm-hmm. He's like, I know everything they do, when they do it, when they do this.
I think he's the best film studier of all time.
He was very convincing in the video I watched.
Yeah.
Stipe, he's gonna be real nonchalant on the outside, standing there just taking his time, and then when he does go forward, he's either going to be eating them or he's going to get clenched up.
I just don't know. I was getting ready to say, I don't know how much John Jones is going to strike in this.
I don't think he's going to try to hurt him. I think he's going to try to sub him quick.
I think he's going to try and drag him to the ground and just beat him up.
He's going to serial gun him.
That's the problem. If Stipe comes forward, he's going down.
See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge problem.
John Jones via whatever he wants.
I think it's going to be John Jones via submission in the first round, but
minus 700.
What did it open at? It was probably wider.
Minus 400.
Whoa! Holy shit! Bet it all the way down to a minus 700.
Also, has there ever been a fighter who has taken 2.5, almost 3 years of only having one man on his brain without fighting anyone else and only training for one specific style, length, type of fighter?
Are you talking about Stipe or John
Stipe?
Jones?
Both.
Well, no, because John fought Cyril.
That's true. Also,
Cyril's gone.
There's no way to look this up, but this has got to be the title fight with the longest combined layoff.
Yeah, 100 million percent.
Has to be.
March 27th, 2021 for Stipe.
3 years.
March
7
2023.
Months. A year and a half
for Jones.
Year and 7 months.
So that's like 5 years.
Yeah,
combined.
Yeah.
That's got to be
over
the most
5 years
ever in a title fight.
It has to be.
Votes, 871 votes, 87% John Jones. They're kind of split a little bit. 39% KO/TKO, 32 sub.
All over.
27 decision.
He's just going to pick whichever one of those he wants, and that's what he's going to do.
He's going to sub him. He's going to be nice to him.
I think TKO.
Like from getting dropped on the feet, or
it could be that, or just ground and pound.
Do we forget that Stipe's got an awesome chin? I mean, what are we talking
Francis cracked that.
It's Francis, dude. He beat Francis the first fight.
DC knocked him out.
He beat DC.
DC knocked him out.
Both these guys you just brought up.
Stephen Struve knocked him out.
He fucking beat. I'm just saying. But I just think it's fucking hilarious that our entire lives that we've known each other, we have been shitting down John Jones' throat and just praying to watch this man get knocked out. Now, why wouldn't we be rooting for Miocic at least? Obviously, we know he's going to lose, but I'm rooting for fucking Stipe. I hope he wins and the rise off to sunset. Stipe is 1,000,000% going to retire. John Jones, however,
no,
he could fight 2 other guys after this. We don't know if he's going to retire.
But Jones has got to win for that to happen.
Right, but do you think that? Yeah, but do you think that he rides off into the sunset on a loss? His first and only loss.
I think
ever?
They're both going to retire personally because Jones.
John
Jones doesn't want nothing to do with Pereira or Tommy Bones.
I don't think he's. I think he wants something to do with Pereira. I don't think he wants nothing to do with Tommy.
It's going to take another 6 years after this fight, anyways. Yeah. So he's going to. They're both retired. They're both done.
I think John Jones is a psychopath, and I don't think his brain is going to allow him to just retire.
He's not going to retire like in the cage that night.
No.
He'll hold on to the belt for a year and a half.
4 years.
And then maybe retire.
And then like, you know what, guys? Sorry.
Well, he'll go through another lawsuit. And
anything else there?
No.
What last thoughts on this whole card?
I'm excited for it. It's got some... I feel like we've seen better as of recent. I guess top to bottom, this is really bad.
Like it's one of those things where like the prelims, it has some names, but like there's been prelims probably with better names.
Yeah.
But I think these prelims actually will probably deliver some really good fights.
I will say there's 2 guys on this fight that might be the top 2 guys in the whole UFC that I want to see get knocked out, and that's Chris Weidman and John Jones.
And Eryk Anders.
No.
Unfortunately,
that Krylov Azamat one is going to be a banger.
Yes,
yeah, that one's going to be fun. I got Azamat
at HOR Podcast, Instagram at Hungoverhand Right, TikTok. Our socials on the screen right now, and tell us who you're picking. See you next time.
Happy birthday, Johnny.
Happy birthday.
Our little boy. All going up.
Later.